Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things, and today I'm going to talk about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. If you hear noises in the background, that's just my kid. Okay. I am really enjoying my coffee, the one that has the energy stuff in it. I'll leave it here. It's really tasty. You don't even notice that it's different. It is kind of sweeter. I have to put less sugar in it. Anyway, I am talking about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, and it is on the 2024 Preteen Teen Reading Challenge. And, like all my other videos about this challenge, I'm going to start with things that could be problematic for the younger ones reading this book. Okay. There are parts of Harry Potter that I like to skip over if I'm reading it out loud to my kid. This time we listened to it. We actually listened on Audible, and it was it's by J.K. Rowling, but who read it? It was narrated by Jim Dale. He does a great job, but he's not my favorite narrator. There is, what was it? Is it Pottermore or World of Wizardry? I don't remember. I know that they kind of mushed together, so I don't know what their name is now. But they used to have a version where there were people who did the different parts, and I really enjoyed that one better. But this one that I listened to was by Jim Dale. It's funny hearing him try to do girl voices. That's all I'm going to say. I did listen to this mostly with my kid in the room. We listened to it in the car, but there are parts that she didn't listen to because I kind of skipped over them. The way the Dursleys treat Harry is a little harsher than I prefer her to listen to right now. I don't want her to think that one day she's going to bed without dinner. That's not how I'm raising her. I know it's hard to sleep when you're hungry. And I don't want her to feel that way. Yeah. And if you've read Harry Potter or you've listened to it, I think even in the movie he's threatened with it, but in the books and when you listen to it, you find out that Harry has gone a week without food. And I'm like, that's not okay. Or days without food. That he has to sneak out when they're sleeping to steal some food. So that's a little harsher than I like. And then the scene at the end with Quirrell is a little traumatizing. It's not like in the movie. I mean, it's similar, but it sounds a lot more painful in the book. So I didn't let her listen to that part. I had headphones in. I was like, okay, they went down the trapdoor. Time for me to put my headphones in. I know she's got her iPad, she's got books, she's got other things to do, so she's probably only half listening most of the time, but still, I was like, oh. That's pretty much my only concerns. I know some people are like, oh, but witchcraft and wizardry and the spells. And I'm like, and I don't have a problem with any of that. In fact, we have this book. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I don't know where it is. we have a book called There's a Witch in Your Book. And the witch is not nice. And you use her own magic against her and turn her into a cat. And then later you turn her back into a witch. And she saves the day. Anyway, I love Harry Potter. I don't know if it's because I was 11 the first time, or I might have been 10 when I first read the first book. I was like 10 or 11. But, yeah, so I, like, grew up with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Those were my people. I love Harry Potter. Trying to think of non-spoiler things that I can talk about. Okay, I love the way, it's kind of like you feel bad for Harry in the beginning. You know, he has to deal with the Dursleys. He has to deal with Dudley and Dudley's gang. And the book, for those of you who haven't read the book, haven't listened to the book, and you've only seen the movie, the book is different. The whole scene when they go for Dudley's birthday is different. There is a difference. And there's another kid with them. And I love that while they're there, Harry gets to experience the things that he's never... Harry gets to experience things that he's never experienced before, like a lime snow cone, or lemon snow cone, I think it is. It's like, to me, that's the worst flavor. I don't like lemon and lime unless it's like lemonade with blueberries or cherry or raspberry. I like pink lemonade and red lemonade and blue lemonade, okay? Purple lemonade. That's when you crush up blueberries, they turn purple. Me and my kid made some last year. From scratch. It was super fun. Anyway, but he's given like the leftovers, the stuff that no one wants. And, but he's so excited to get those. And you're like, oh man, that's rough. And then, bam, surprise! This big old guy knocks down a door to come in to tell you, hey, you're a wizard. Come on, let's go. The whole experience with Hagrid at the hut in the sea, or whatever they are, in the middle of the ocean, again, different from the movie, but he does knock down the door, and he does give Dudley a pigtail on his bottom, not in his hair, like an actual pigtail. Anyway, but like there's sausage involved and tea involved, and that's the first time Harry sees wizard money. Like it's magical, and you see he's like, oh, I could be a part of this world. This is cool. But at the same time, he's like, nah, this is fake. They're setting me up. They gotta be. This is all a joke. Happy birthday to me. And it's just Harry Potter, okay? I know. Calm down. I'm trying to think. The classes, the school, like the description of everything is so nice. And like, if you have an imagination like mine, you can see it. You can see the tower. You can see the leaves blowing in the tree off in the distance of the dark forest. You can see or feel the hate, the hate for Malfoy. And It's just magical. It's just magical. This is, I guess this is a spoiler video also. Or maybe this is more like a compare and contrast between the movie. There we go. Because there are so many little things that are different from the movie and the book. I feel like I could do a whole like, oh, but this happened in this and this happened in this. I'm not upset about the differences. I used to be like, I wasn't in the book. But now I think of it more like it's a different universe. They're two of the same, but they're different universes. Like in The Flash, where there's the different Earths. That's where I'm going with. And then if you've read The Magicians, which I've talked about before, there's different reality or different timelines. And everything is always a slightly different to get a different outcome each time. That's what my brain is going with now that I can think of things differently. I can just make that switch. It's just, I feel like I've talked about Harry Potter so much. I don't even know what to talk about. The book is great. I love listening to the book. I love reading the book. And my favorite parts, I'm just going to tell you my favorite parts of the book. So, spoiler-ish. If you've never heard about Harry Potter before, spoiler, you can skip the spoilers. Don't watch the video at all. I don't know. Comment below if you've read this book. Sometimes hearing about spoilers makes somebody want to read them more, so I'm just going to give out a few spoilers, not all of them. My favorite spoiler is the end spoiler. But that's only because it kind of talks about some of the spoilers that I want to talk about later. So at the end, after they've gone down the trapdoor, and they go through Fluffy, they get down the trapdoor, they have fought off Tentacula? I think is what it's no, Devil Snare. I'm sorry. I was thinking something else later. In a different book. Devil Snare, Hermione's like, whoosh, and it lets go of Ron and Harry. And they got the key. And then they went through chess. Is it chest? And then the chest, and then the troll, or was it the troll and then the chest? Anyway, then they get to the potions. The potions that they have to figure out to get to the Mirror Erised. The potions is not in the movie, so neither is the troll. I guess it would make it too long. Anyway, the whole little, like, there's a poem of logic to figure out which potion you needed. And I love how Harry's like, I don't get it. We're not gonna make it. And she's like, oh no, I got it. I'm good. This is my stuff. It's not even magic. And it's, if you don't understand, it's from Snape. Snape set this one up, and I think it's funny because in the beginning, when we first meet Snape, one of the things he says is, you don't need any wands or any real magic to do this. You could. He's like, you're just adding things to your cauldron. Some of you are going to think it's not magic at all. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, he pretty much told them, hey, it's not magic. It's logic. It's alchemy. And then Harry and Ron Harry and Hermione have to go their separate ways because there's only enough potion to get through one way or the other, like for one person. And then boom, not Snape. It's not Snape. And in this book, or in this moment, and you realize that Snape has been trying to protect Harry this whole time, even though he's a complete meanie head. You kind of are like, but he's mean. And then, you find out that it's Quirrell, and he has Voldemort on the back of his head, and it's crazy. Craziness happens, and we find out a whole bunch of stuff from earlier, like it wasn't Snape who cursed Harry's broom, it was Quirrell, and he was if you go back to that point in the book, it says Hermione, and her hurriedness, not even paying attention, knocks Quirrell over. It specifically says that it's him, even though she didn't realize that it was a teacher. She just trying to get past. And he's like, if Hermione would have knocked me over trying to set Snape on fire, I would have succeeded, even with him doing his counter curse. And so in that moment, you're like, so Hermione saved Harry either way. She just needed to knock him over. And then there was something else. Oh, and then we find out that one of the times that it wasn't Snape who was scaring Quirrell when Harry overhears. It was just Voldemort on the back of his head, being Voldemort. But how? There's something that bothers me. We find out through the Wizarding World, or Pottermore, or whatever it's called, and I think later books, the later books, that Snape has this power to kind of see inside your mind. And me and my husband, we've talked about how the scene with whenever they fight the troll and Snape comes in and he looks like he has this look like he's reading Harry's thought, like there's no way that what Hermione is saying is true, and he sees this look on Snape's face that's like, that's not exactly what happened, but he doesn't say anything. So this whole time Snape could have just read Quirrell's mind. Why? How did he not know that Voldemort was on the back of his head? How did Quirrell get away with this for so long? It drives me crazy. All you had to do is accidentally, hook the back of the turban onto the chair or something. You were sitting next to him, and then whenever he got up to leave, it would have fallen off, and everyone would have known. My brain is like, how did Snape not know? All of this could have been stopped sooner. That's just my inner thoughts. I still think the book is really good. Anyway, and I still think Snape is mean. I don't care if he saved Harry or not. He's still mean. And then, I know this whole thing was kind of a setup to see if Harry could protect himself. Excuse me, could protect himself. Like, even Harry is like, I think Dumbledore gave me a chance to stand up to Voldemort because I'd done it before and I deserved it. He killed my parents. It's kind of like, okay, but maybe he should have stuck around the school a little bit closer. Just a suggestion. Like Harry almost died. Almost, like, was seeing the great beyond, I guess, or because he was hearing other voices. So, one of my favorite scenes is at the beginning. I laugh every time whenever they're in the car on the way to the zoo, and Uncle Vernon is talking about motorcycles being dangerous and all of this stuff, and Harry's like, I had a dream about a flying motorcycle, and then he was like, and Uncle Vernon's like, there's no such thing. Oh! And he's like, I said it was a dream. I didn't say it was real. I just think that part is funny, and I kind of like how he meets Malfoy in I forgot her name, Madam, the person who does the robes, and they don't know who each other is yet, and like almost immediately Harry is like, ew, I don't like this person more than I don't like Dudley. I like that part. That part's kind of funny, but he's like answering the questions like, I don't know. And then Hagrid's at the window and he's like, oh, I know this one. I know this. That's Hagrid. He's the groundskeeper of Hogwarts. And then Malfoy says some mean things about him, and he's like, oh no, he's the best. And 2 ice creams. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I like the friendship in this book. I like how they teach Neville to stand up for himself, and then when they're trying to do something they're not supposed to, and they're mean to him for a second, trying to get him to stay here, because it's like, I'd rather hurt your feelings and keep you safe than to take you with us and you die. I'm sure is the premise of that. He's like, you're the one that told me to stand up for myself, and now I'm doing it. And for those of you who've only seen the movie, Neville has a bigger part. Neville has a bigger part in the books. I like that the part when they're trying to sneak Norbert the dragon up to the top of the tower so that Charlie's friends can come and get him. It's Hermione and Harry. And because Ron got bit and there's poison in those fangs of the dragon, and so he's in the hospital wing. They're so quiet, and they get up there, and the challenge is over, and they did see Malfoy get taken by McGonagall, and he's like, but Potter and a dragon, and he's trying to tell, what they're doing. And she's like, this is, ridiculous and all that stuff. And she gets, they get past that and they get up to where they're supposed to be and they throw off the the invisibility cloak and they're like giggling to themselves and they meet with Charlie's people and Norbert goes off with them. And then they leave. They forget to put the invisibility cloak back on. They left it up there. Like, How did you forget? Here, this is dark. How did you forget? And then, later, after they've been in, gotten in trouble and all that stuff, later, Harry finds the invisibility cloak in his, under the blanket of his bed with a note that's like, you might need this. Gee, I wonder who found it. I wonder who left it on his bed. It was just funny. And then there's, whenever they're going to go down the trapdoor and all three of them are under the cloak and they're walking and they run into Peeves and Peeves is can't see them, but he can sense that there's something there. And he's like, something's hiding, something's invisible. And he's doing his little rhymey sing-song thing. It's like, show yourself or I'm going to call the teachers. Or Felch or whatever he says he's going to do. And Harry pretends to be the Bloody Baron and he's like, leave this place. The Bloody Baron does not wish to be disturbed. I have business here. And Peeves is just like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Leaves. That's crazy. Also, I love the amount of ghosts in the book and the poltergeist. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. So, I love Harry Potter, and I do recommend you read it, and other than, 2 or 3 scenes that I talked about in the beginning, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it says 9 and up. I think they're ready for it. But you're the parent, and you can decide if they read it or not. If you liked my video, my rambling, and my craziness, and my back and forth between the difference, I just like to point out the differences because there are some people that don't know the differences, or they don't remember the differences. And maybe one day I'll do a whole back and forth, in the movie this happened, but in the book this happened. Let me know if you would like me to do that in the comment section. What's your favorite difference? What's your favorite difference? I think one of my favorite differences is they get a hint about the fact that Hagrid has a dragon before they go and find out he has a dragon, because Hagrid is in the library in the dragon section. So that's one of my favorite differences. Let me know if you have any book suggestions or coffee suggestions, because I love my coffee. Talk too long, it's cold. Let me know. Anyway, you can talk to me in the comment section. I don't have a lot of followers right now, so I can answer you if you talk to me. Subscribe to this video so you can be someone that I talk to sometimes. Yeah, maybe. Also, don't forget to check out my community section here on YouTube. If you go to my page, my channel, that's what it is, the channel, there's a tab that says community. And I post things in there from time to time, like flying a kite. Yeah. Or making these cute little bookmarks. Cute little bookmarks. I have another one. Hold on. No, I don't. I don't have another one over here. I made a bunch. Yeah. So check out my community section, and you can comment on there too. And then share my video, because sharing is caring, and someone else might like the movie of Harry Potter and need a little nudge to read the book. So why not share this video with them so they can get some idea of the books. Alright, I'm gonna finish this coffee now that it's cold, and go play with my kiddo for a little bit before I edit these videos. And then I want to do some rereading. I'm so excited. Yeah.
Mom!
Yes.
Mom, there's a toy box.
You want me to help you look in your toy box? Okay. Well, that is all I have time for today. So, I will see you on my next video. Bye!